Hey YouTube, it's John again. This year, 2020, there's going to be a lot of anniversaries for things that have been released in the past, and I'm going to do records that are actually 30 years old this year. I can't give you all the dates. Maybe I should have researched it, but some albums come out at different times, different parts of the world and stuff, so I thought, no, I'm just going to show you the ones I've got from 1990, so it'll be 30 years old. And there's two albums I didn't pick out. One was the Extreme Porno Graffiti, which now I've just realised is actually easy to get to. And another one is Damn Yankees, self-titled. I think it's self-titled. I didn't get that one out. I do have it. If there's any albums you can think of that I don't mention in this, put them in the comments below. There will be a lot because I don't like all of the bands that have ever released anything. So, but yeah, these are. So I've got HEI. These are the ones that I own. So here we go. I'm trying. Did I pick up? I think I picked up all of them. Yeah, I did. So no particular order. So we're going to start off with CD first. The ones I got on CD. I do have the ones on vinyl. The ones I got on vinyl I got on CD as well, except from one, which I'll show you. But these here I pulled out on CD because I don't have them on record. So here we go. And it is one of them is Black Sabbath's Tear. Yeah, I've still after a copy of this. Sorry about the glare. Still after a copy of that. That's a Grail, as well as Headless Cross is another one that I want on vinyl. So yeah, there's Tear, Black Sabbath, 1990. Next one, John Bon Jovi's Blaze of Glory. That's one that I would love to be able to get hold of on vinyl. But yeah, I absolutely love this album. Some people don't even mention this album, but I actually love nearly 90% of that album, 95%. There's probably one song in there I don't like. Giano Setti, which is instrumental, and Never Say Die, I think I didn't like. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, Blaze of Glory. One from Ronnie James Dio here, and it is Lock Up the Wolves. And yeah, this is my favourite song there, be Hey Angel. I've got that on 12-inch. But yeah, that's one from 1990, 30 years old. I should open them up really. Next one. This is another album that is one that I really could do with in my collection to finish my collection off. Vinyl wise, up until the 90s, that would be. And it's Heart's Brigade album. I've got all their other albums on vinyl up till Bad Animals. I need this one, and the Desire Walks On album as well. I'm after. I don't even know if there's a vinyl edition of that one. But yeah, Brigade, one album that's hard to get hold of on vinyl. Well, I've never been able to find a copy. Here's another one. Poison, Flesh and Blood. I really have not listened to a lot of Poison for a while now. I can listen to a couple of songs and then I'm sort of quite fed up of listening to Poison. Don't know if anybody else has got that way with this band, but my Poison never comes off the shelf anymore, only for videos like this. But yeah, Ride the Wind, probably the best song on there, my favourite. Life Love's a Tragedy. That's probably the only two I'd play on that out of their stuff now. But yeah, 30 years old already. Wow. I remember actually going in and buying On Skinny Bop on 7-inch single. I don't think I own the original one, but I do have some replacements. I don't know what possessed me to buy On Skinny Bop, but yeah. Way back when, in 1990. Right, next one. Deep Purple's. This is Slaves and Masters. This is with Joe Lynn Turner on vocals. It's got the very cool song on there, Love Conquers All. King of Dreams is on there. But the rest of it, I've not really ever listened to a lot of that album. So, yeah. I had a funny feeling it was 1990. When I pulled it out, I said, yeah, it was definitely 1990. So, 30 years old. A band that I don't see anybody else ever hold up, and it is Alias. Do you remember Alias? More Than Words, was that their song? Yeah. They had Freddie Kirky, I think I got it right. 3 members of the original Heart Band, Steve Fossen, Michael DeRosier, and Roger Fisher. So yeah, Alias. Sorry, it's a bit shiny. It's got a cover on it. But yeah. Right, that's it for CDs. Vinyl. Gary Moore's Still Got the Blues. An album I've not actually ever listened to yet. I prefer his stuff that he did with Thin Lizzy, and I prefer his early solo stuff, like stuff on Victims. What's the album? Victims of the Future. I've got the albums just here a minute. After the War, stuff like that, you know, the early 80s stuff, mid 80s, and this is I really must listen to that because he's got a great voice as well. So right, a lot heavier than that. Megadeth, Rest in Peace, awesome album, and one of the best thrash albums ever, or the best thrash album ever. But yeah, I'd say definitely my favourite 90s decade Megadeth for sure. My favourite. Another one, which I couldn't believe this is 30 years old either. Bruce Dickinson, Tattooed Millionaire, and this is yeah, a very cool album. If you've never heard this, go out and check it out. Some great songs on there. Born in '58 would be one of my favourites on there, and yeah, it's really great. So 1990, and we have Judas Priest, Painkiller. I'm going to take this out because this really is shiny. Well, shiny-ish. Yeah, Painkiller, awesome album. Painkiller, definitely the best song on there. So, and I would say A Touch of Evil as well. And Between the Hammer and the Anvil, what a cool riff that is. Right. My least favourite Iron Maiden album as well. You ready? No Prayer for the Dying. Well, it's my least favourite Iron Maiden album with Bruce Dickinson on. So yeah, what a shame, because when that album cover is the proper album cover and not this one that's been blown up and they've only used a certain part of the album cover. This has got a brilliant album cover, and it's got a brilliant title for an album, and it's just really piss poor. Holy Smoke has got to be one of the worst Iron Maiden songs ever. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter is my favourite, but that's obviously a Bruce Dickinson song that I think, I can't remember the ins and outs, but if that was going to be on one of his solo albums, and so an album I don't think anybody would have thought I was going to pull out for or own and have and put out for this. I don't even know if anybody else has ever, I've seen anybody else show this before, but this is an album that's got Greg Fulkerson on vocals, who's no longer with us. This is the band called Blue Tears, and they're sort of AOR rock, light rock. I've never really listened to that album. There's about one song that I've heard of theirs which I really loved, and that's the only reason I picked that up, and I have not listened to that at all, and I really must do. So yeah, 1990 on that one as well. Right, another really amazing album for that time, and still amazing to this day, and it's Warrant's Cherry Pie. Absolutely killer, love it to bits. Played that so many times when I had the cassette as well, and pretty damn cool. An album I only listened to it a few times, was put off by some of it, but it's got a brilliant cover, it's got a brilliant couple of songs, and that's about it for me, and that is AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. Unfortunately, there's only about 3 songs on here I love, and that'd be Thunderstruck, Thunderstruck, Fiery Guns, Money Talks Ain't Too Bad, Razor's Edge is brilliant, Are You Ready is amazing, and that's about it for me. I'm not really a huge fan of that album. I wasn't a huge fan of AC/DC after this anyway, so the stuff before was better. So right, next one, probably one of the heaviest albums I'm going to show, and that is Pantera's Cowboys from Hell. I was going to I should have pulled out my Paradise Lost first album, so sorry about that, but I didn't pull it out and I got it on vinyl, but that's probably the heaviest thing I got. Yeah, Cowboys from Hell, one amazing album, with the title track's my favourite song on there, Psycho Holiday, what else? The Cemetery Gates, I should say, is my favourite song on there. Cowboys from Hell as well. Medicine Man's cool. They're all really good. I can listen to that back to front, and I don't get fed up with the songs at all. So 30 years, wow. Next one, absolutely huge album at that time that I was listening to this, and it is Scorpions, Crazy World. This is another nearly 10 out of 10 album. I think the song that really gets on my wick is Kicks After 6, gets on my wick, but the rest of that is just killer. So this one's not really a proper album. This is Ozzy Osbourne's Just Say Ozzy. If you followed my Facebook page recently, you'll see I showed this, and yeah, 1990. It's got 6 songs on it, and 2 are Black Sabbath, Miracle Man, Bloodbath and Paradise, Shot in the Dark, Tattoo Dancer, Sweet Leaf and War Pigs, and yeah, Just Say Ozzy. I bought that on CD, and it was very cheap because I didn't have a lot of money back then, so to buy records. My favourite AOR album of all time, by one of my favourite singers as well, and that's Signal with Mark III, or Marcy III as we call she is now. Yeah, Loud and Clear, absolutely amazing album. There you go. And the last album I'm going to show is Queensryche's Empire. Absolutely killer. Absolutely killer album. Not as good as Mindcrime, but still amazing. 30 years old, all of those. But I'm going to leave it at that because my video is getting quite long. And cheers for watching. Keep rocking and keep listening to whatever it is you're listening to. And see you later. Rock on.